sunshine. Can you believe it? Actual sunshine. I think the last time I saw sunshine for more than an hour at any given moment was over a month ago. Spinning up this hill because it's just too much on my back to go in a high gear or try and stand up. My poor knees couldn't take it. No, 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 no! After look at that. Looks like a family of dogs, abandoned maybe. I hope not, I hope. They just crossed into the middle of the road and nearly died. I'm just going to wait here and see if they actually disappear into someone's house or garden. I hope they're not feral or anything. Looks like they're going into a house. Maybe, maybe not, no. There's nothing I can do for them. I'd love to pick them all up and take them home. Gone in there. Grab the camera a sec. That would have been truly horrific. The crazy things I see when I'm out and about. Big hello to all the new subscribers since my last video. I'm very humbled and taken aback by just how popular that last video was, and all the lovely comments, including people saying I'm not boring. I'm not sure I agree with you. I am pretty dull. But if you want to come along for the journey, that's fine by me. I'm happy to share it. Just stopped off in Margam Park for a little rest before making my way to the campsite. And I thought I would have a little look around for potential spots later on in the year, maybe. It's all very muddy at the moment. One of my new subscribers, one of many, thank you, asked, how do I go about choosing where to camp? Well, a lot of the time I just cycle around without any gear, just to explore. And I see spots along the way and I think, oh, that's a good spot, that's a good spot. Might go back there, I'll explore that. And I look around on Google and I street view and I do lots of sort of exploring OS maps to see if it's viable. And this spot certainly isn't, because if you look, you can very clearly see the footsteps, hoof prints of deer. Look at that. There. So this is not a good place to camp. Almost there. It's a damn good workout this, every time. I'd love an e-bike one day when my hips fail and my knees fall apart. But for now, human power. It's brilliant. Made it. Finally. That hill gets me every time. But I needed the exercise. Barely moved in the last fortnight. And eaten far too much. I went to the gym yesterday for the first time in ages, and it felt really good. But not as good as being out on my bike, in the sun, coming to a nice campsite. And it's the same one you've seen in the last two videos. A bit repetitive, sorry about that. But if that peacock is still around, it'll be worth the effort and making it up here. Plus I really like it here because it's quite convenient for me. It's a 40-minute train journey from Cardiff and about half-hour cycle up the hill. It's just so nice not to hear sirens, people screaming in the street, and motorbikes. City life is really tough going on the mental health. It's good to escape it. There's no wind, but I'm still going to set my tarp up the same way as I did before. From here to there, slanted back. Probably prop it up a bit higher, give me a bit more room this time. Fire by here. Same spot as before, although you'd never be able to tell because I always leave no trace. Another good thing about coming back to a regular site, regular wood supply. My plan this evening is to do something I haven't done since my scouting days. That was a long time ago. Yeah, nothing weird, just cooking a billy can stew over a fire. I'm going to process this wood down into firewood and 3 poles, tripod to hang my can from. And I'll have an open fire this evening because we're not expecting any rain. Weather's beautiful, it's nice and calm, so it should be easily controllable. But it's so lovely to gather fuel when I can see it instead of using a torch. Right, better get on with it. I've got about an hour and a half of sunlight left. So I recently bought a Trangia 2.5 litre billy can, and I'm going to pop some topside steak in there, along with some veg, and the gravy of course, and a can of ale. What I've done here is I've scraped some of this bark, added a few shavings and some shredded fire plug. I'm hoping this is enough to get things going because everything is soaking still. I think it's important to be honest and tell you I've bought another bag of kindling because I suspected this might be a problem. I'm not a bushcrafter. I'm just some random guy on his bike trying to make a fire. And I don't want to wait. I think it's a top tip to bring along some dry kindling, not necessarily a whole bag. You could just bring one of these blocks and break it down into tiny little slithers and make it last for ages. Turn it into matches without the match heads. Or you could just buy some matches. Okay, maybe get the tripod out of the fire. Well, look who's just turned up. Whilst I was busy cutting wood. Hello, my friend. He came running over. Even though there's a great big fire. How are you? Oh, yes. I wonder if you'll be with me tonight. Don't get too close to that fire, mate. Yeah, you don't want to be by there now. Come on. Yes, I'll give you some snacks. That reminds me. Another one of my new subscribers has suggested I call you Floyd. After Pink Floyd. So Floyd it is. Time for dinner, Floyd. Sorry for the terrible camera work, but I've got an axe under my arm. Come on, mate. Come on. Yeah. Come on. Yes. I'm leading him away from the fire. Come on, mate. Right. There. What you got in there, mate, is some dry fruit right at the bottom. Right. That'll keep you entertained for a while. I've got to carry on sawing and chopping this wood. I think what I'll do is probably maybe cut these just in half and feed them into the fire bit by bit. My poor little saw is struggling with these. It's been about an hour since I got the fire going. I'll give it another 10 minutes or so, then get this tripod over it, get the pot on, check on my little friend Floyd. You ate it all? Yeah. Well done. Yeah. Looking pretty healthy considering how tough the weather's been. You're going to finish that? No? You don't like raisins? Huh? Neither do I. Well, I'll leave it there in case you change your mind. So I've gone with the tent today. I think that's the best option. A lot less hassle to put up as well. Before I do anything else, I've got to swap the battery on the camera and crack open a well-deserved refreshment. Siren Huntington, California IPA, 6.2%. Fantastic. Cheers. And this is one of the first open fires I've had without a firebox or within a fire pit or in a dedicated specialised area. First time in years and years I've had an open fire. It's really satisfying. Is the 2.5 litre Trangia pot. I've got a couple of bits and bobs in there. Loads of space. Hello, Floyd. I think I'm going to have him around all evening. Don't be going in my tent. Thank you to my mum for a new water bottle, because I lost one on my Slimbridge trip, unfortunately. handy already. Oh, he's back. Floyd? Okay, mate? Clearly doesn't mind the fire. Bit of ale. Right. Come on, Floyd. What are you doing, mate? There's no more food for you. You've eaten everything I bought you. Right, time to tidy up a bit and get my veg on wherever I put it. Oh, wow. Oh, is that where you go? You hide up in the trees. Oh well, that's fine. If you're going to look after me tonight, that's fine by me. Oh my god, that smells so good. I've put potatoes, onion and carrot in with the steak. As it slowly burns down, I can just feed in those logs a little bit more, keep it going for a few more hours. That food is done already. I can smell it's done. But it's too early to eat. I've gone from being utterly famished to not hungry at all. Possibly because I'm drinking ale. Not all of it went in there. I had about half. So it's time for another one. It's rhubarb and custard ale again. I do love this stuff. Cheers. I've got stock pots to put in, 3 of them, and gravy, but that's it then. It's just a case of waiting. As I said earlier, I decided against the tarp because I didn't know what he was going to do. I didn't know if he was going to hang around here or try and crawl in my sleeping bag with me. I don't know. Yeah, he's gone up there, so I would have been fine, I think. He's probably enjoying the company as much as I am, even though he's quietly up there, probably roosting, snoozing away. Tripod seems to be doing a good job. The new billy can, it's being a billy can. Can't ask for more. And as usual, I've done way too much food for one person. Maybe I should turn the light on. It's better. See what the hell I'm doing now. I'm picking up massive pieces of burning wood. I'm trying to... gravy. So this is a mixture of corn flour, granules and the powder stuff. That's going to thicken up nicely over the next 10 minutes or so. Run out of cans. I'm going to make myself a nice hot chocolate. Get this big log out, I think. I don't need it. Hot chocolate. That's lovely. There I was, wishing I had another can, but a hot chocolate, oh, much better choice. It's so good, I'm going to have another bowl, but I'll have that in the tent. Oh, this ground is so lumpy. But even with all my carrying capacity, I don't have space for one of those blow-up airbeds, and they're quite pricey and they puncture, so I'd rather just get used to lying on roots and rocks. Makes you appreciate a nice comfy bed even more. Hopefully you can see that. Nearly forgot. Right, don't spill this now. You could probably see from the steam it's still too hot. Yeah, you won't see me eating packet meals unless it's a dire emergency. Like a zombie apocalypse before I eat a pot noodle. Sorry, pot noodle. Comment from one of my many new subscribers, thank you again, mentioned my last video had a medieval note, And it took me a while to figure out exactly what that meant, but I totally get it. And it's funny you mention it, really, because I was always a massive fan of Robin Hood. I love Time Team, Digging for Britain, all that stuff, bows and arrows. I guess a part of me really likes the medieval lifestyle, with a few mod cons. I remember a scene in Robin of Sherwood where Michael Praed, I think, is in the forest with his merry men. They're all sat around a fire and they've got hunks of bread like this and they're just tearing it in little pieces. And I remember thinking, that bread looks really stale. I'm getting full. This is very, very filling. It's really cheap too. No complaints from me. I'm really looking forward to cozying on up and getting my head down. Nice early night. Because I think my stomach's going to explode. I'll see you in the morning. Night. Good morning. It's about 9:15 now. Been up for a few hours. Mainly because it's just so cold. Dipped to about -1 last night. It was really windy as well at one point, which kept waking me up. It's a whole myriad of sounds this morning. Whatever that was. Woodpeckers. I've had robins flying around me all morning. I can't see him. He's probably shut off this morning, and I probably won't see him because he had a big meal last night. But you never know. Might turn up last thing. I'm gonna check the stew. There's quite a bit of fat on the top. Let's try a bit of beef. That still tastes as good as it did last night, even if it is almost frozen. The rest is just carrots, potatoes. I'm going to ditch that, well, bury it somewhere. It's not major waste. Now it's time I tidied up, packed away, and get ready for the journey back to the train station. That's me all packed up, ready to go now. It took ages. It always seems to take twice as long to pack up than it does to set up. Well, thank you very much for joining me on another video. If you enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up. If you didn't, give me a thumbs down. Or, preferably, leave a comment and let me know why. Maybe I can fix it. If not, I thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon. Take care.